Hey everybody, welcome to Live Chat Tuesday number 210 with my co-host Dee of Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. If you were watching the replay, please hit the like button and leave us a comment down below. If you are watching it live, please leave us a comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. Also hit the like button as well. And we have Mimi Tammy, Mimi Loves Crochet, Dina Cabaz, Bridget, Queen's Crafts by Bridget, which she will be on this Friday with me. We have Kirsten and Noelle and Dragon Cat and Michelle Romano, Sally Stevens.
Hi, everybody. I told Crystal, I said, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I have not crocheted. I've not dyed yarn. This is what I've been doing. I have totally rearranged everything in this yarn room. I'm down to my desks now. And I also have a new computer so you guys can see like a wider view. And I don't have to wear earphones. I got these little earbuds on. It's got Bluetooth. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is so much easier. You like the new angle? Yeah, it's cool, huh? It like goes all the way around. I think it's super cool.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Looks good.
Looks a lot better. Before it was like short. You couldn't see Gemma and you couldn't see the sides. Yeah, this is pretty neat. I like it. This is my first time using it, so I'm excited.
Welcome in Flower Tammy and Margie, Arrow Lover.
Yeah, I'm doing a video later that I'm going to go through and like bit by bit show you the yarn room and point out yarns and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do a video on it when I'm done here, so you guys will get to see it even closer. But yeah, I had to move my plant stand out from in front of the window because it was just taking up too much room, and I want to be able to get to my yarn, and everything was in front of my yarn, Yeah, I've been up and down a ladder, and I'm an old lady, and I'm telling you, I am aching from my neck to my butt. My legs are killing me. I've been up and down a ladder, up and down ladder, up and down ladder. Oh, my goodness. Not for old people.
No. And I always tell my grandmother when she wants to get up on the ladder, I said, just let me do it. Because she has an ankle problem and knee problem. So
yeah, sometimes I have that leg issue.
Welcome in Alley Cat Crochet and Jessica Johnson and Melanie J.
Hello, everybody. Glad you came. I have absolutely nothing planned to show you guys. Usually when I come on Crystals, I got makes and stuff. I got nothing. So I apologize for that. But I'm getting this room done, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, it's all right. Same thing here. I have not worked on anything except spinning yarn.
Yeah, you've been spinning like a crazy woman. You got that sale coming up too, right?
Second Friday in August, yes. And I'm shooting for the largest one I've ever had, which is 30 hanks of yarn.
Wow.
So
awesome. I'm taking a break from dyeing yarn this month for August, because I have to dye in July for August. I'm taking a break and not having a dib sale in August so that I could do this. There's some other things out in my yard and stuff that I need to do. Me and Mark wanted to go on a little camping trip and, stuff like that. So things have switched up a little bit as far as what I usually do on YouTube. So I just want you guys to know, yeah, this has been a lot of work, Mimi Tammy. A lot of work. 4 days of moving yarn. That's what I've been doing for 4 days. Up and down the ladder, up and down. I'm more out. Yeah. Last thing I got's a desk, and I'm good. Once I got the desk done, I'm good.
Welcome in Lydia, Yarn Works by Lydia and Gracie.
Hi, Lydia. Hi, Gracie. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry the chat's a little small here. That's the only thing. Maybe there's some way I can make it bigger. I'll have Mark work on it.
Refresh the page. I can see the chat going. Y'all are just...
2 spins going right
Huh.
now.
Bridget says, I have 2 spins going right now, one on Athena, and I'm also spinning on my Turkish drop spindle. Awesome.
Cool. I never understood those drop spindles. I mean, I understand how they were, and I don't know nothing about spinning yarn. You know that, but I bought a drop spindle at one point somewhere in the closet, but I've never used it. But I didn't understand like how you could be consistent with it. Like, you know, you're
It
spinning
takes
that.
a lot of practice. Even when I tried, I did drop spindling first before I ever got my wheel several years ago, and I was spinning up yarn that was like a 5 weight or 4 weight, and I'm like, I want thinner yarn. How do you get thin yarn on drop spindle? And I
have no clue.
I played with it probably maybe 2.5 months, and then put it down. That was a break for me.
Yeah, that don't look like something I would enjoy. So yeah, no.
Let's see. Welcome in Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
And Bailey.
And who? Cynthia Bailey. Hi, Cynthia.
Give me 1 second. My grandmother's having problems with her computer.
Okay. Yeah, so it's been a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. But I'm organized to a point now that if I start a project, I know exactly where to go to get that yarn. And I know if I got it or not. You know, before it was like, oh, man, I need blue 3 weight. And I'd look around. I couldn't find it. So I'd end up going and buying some. And I'm on a fixed income. I'd end up going and buying some. And then 2 days later, I'd find it in a cubby somewhere. It used to tick me off so bad, man. Now, that won't happen. I will be able to find exactly the yarn that I'm looking for and if I have it or not. Oh, yeah. What a relief, man. Thanks, guys. It's been hard work. It really has. But like I said, I plan on doing a video, showing everything. So Bridget hated the drop spindle until I understood spinning better. Now I have it, especially when going outside of the house. Oh, yeah, there you go. I bring my drop spindle with me on appointments. That's really a good idea, actually. But you'd have to be really good at it to, have it at the doctor's. And, I know, man, I would mess everything up. I just know it.
Thank you so much, Mimi, Tammy. Warning, screaming goat.
The reason she says that is one time we were on a live and she did it and I literally jumped. Like it scared me that bad.
Yeah. I always do try to say warning, screaming goat. Even if I don't know if she's there or not in the chat, I do try to say warning, screaming goat before I do it.
A lot of times I got you on the TV and so I can't chat. So I appreciate that. That scared the crap out of me the first time you did it. My heart jumped. I was like, oh my God. Warn people next time, Crystal. Yeah. Trying to give this old lady a heart attack.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Do a chicken. She likes the chicken sounds.
Yeah, I like the chicken. The goat freaks me out, man.
Well, I told you the story about the goat. Didn't you hear it? I told Chuck about it. He's the one that sent that little machine that makes the noise.
Yeah. Yeah, because me and Mark got her the chicken one way back.
Yeah, and then
it's probably wore out.
No, it still works.
I had to change the batteries once in it, so.
Anyway, cool. I'm glad it still works.
And so I said, well, actually, that sound is from a long line of goats that are in. You're laughing already. They're in the castration line, and that one screaming is the one that's next.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, isn't that about what they would do, you would think?
Patricia, you're killing me.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
Thank
man.
you so much, Dina.
Did you tell her I was checking her tracking?
I know.
Okay.
No.
Well, I just checked it. It should be today by 9.
What?
The box with
Number
the
7.
with number 7 quilt should be there today by 9 p.m.
And
Oh, my gosh.
and
You guys
is
believe
so,
this?
it is so full you may have to iron it. It is that packed in that box.
Yeah.
That's
What's
all
her
right.
name, Angela?
You guys, isn't it awesome what Patricia, I mean, such good friends. You know what I'm saying? Who do you know would sit and quilt 7, 8, 9? I don't even know how many we're down
9.
to. 9.
No, 9.
9 quilts for you. Now that's a friend. You know what I'm saying? That's a
9
lot
weeks.
of work.
Yes.
And I am so overly, I cannot even express my gratitude. I don't want to talk about, I'll cry. I cannot even explain to you how much these mean to me. Unreal. Unreal. And I love you guys so much.
I'm happy I could do it
Aw,
for
we
you.
love you too.
I'm happy I could do it for you because I thought you needed it done, and I didn't guarantee anything because I haven't sewn in a couple of years at all, and
But
I
see,
didn't know.
I told you that it, just having it instead of just being a bunch of blocks or just a top of a quilt sitting in a closet that would never get used. I told her, I said, use your creative whatever, just do whatever to make it into a blanket. And she has done such an outstanding job. I mean, she's got flowers and stuff like that. I mean, all through these quilts, guys. I can't show it to you like I try to show you the quilt, but I can't show you her stitch work. Like she's doing flowers around the edges and little words on things for me. But it doesn't show up on camera. And so that part you're missing. I mean, it's over and beyond just doing a quilt for me. She's like personalizing things. And like on my uncle's quilt, she did, she sewed in the word Navy and, all the scientists, because he was a scientist, and Air Force where he, I mean, it's over and beyond just quilting for me. And man, you have no idea what it means to me. And I got to stop or I'm going to cry some more. So there we go.
Well, anyway, when this is all over, I can show you 8 and 9. 9 is in progress, but I can show you. And
I don't have my doggone tissues over here at all. I haven't done my desk yet. I don't have my tissues.
Everybody was laughing at the comment about the goat.
Oh,
and then also Melanie J says, beautiful work, Patricia. Patricia, you are, this is Mimi Tammy now.
Oh.
Patricia, you are amazing. A work lady.
Yes.
A couple of people have said hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. That's just unbelievable gratitude. I don't even know how to express my gratitude for this.
I'm just happy.
I now am going to have a quilt for each of my grandbabies that are coming.
Yep.
My granddaughter who's having one and my daughter who's having one. So my grandbaby and my great grandbaby. I got an extra one for whatever comes, another grandbaby or whatever out of my grandma's blocks.
Yeah.
I've got, oh my gosh, I got my mom's favorite things quilt. I got my favorite things quilt. I got my hot air balloon quilt, the log cabin quilt, the one my auntie made for me before she passed away. I mean, these things are so important to me and my family.
And the one that you did that threaded the needles.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The one that my grandma. Yeah, that one is unreal. Like I actually in elementary school would walk to my grandma's house. I went to a 4-room school, so you can imagine a dirt road, whatever. And my grandma lives the next block over. My mom would be at work, so I would go to my grandma's for lunch every day. And we didn't have made lunches. We didn't even have a cafeteria. We literally did our gym class in the hallway, if that tells you anything. And it was a 4-room school. So I would go over to my grandma's house and I would thread, she was a quilter all day long, every day. And I would thread embroidery thread and then also regular thread, and I would stick like 50 needles in her lampshade right next to her sewing area. And so she, because she did everything by hand until she did use the treadle machine sometimes, but a lot of times she did things by hand. And that particular quilt with the little Sunbonnet Sue on it, I actually threaded the needles that made them squares. To have that in my possession as an actual quilt is beyond words. Beyond words.
Did you tell them what I left on there for you to do to it?
Yeah, she left little threads so I could snip them and be a part of making the quilt too.
Yeah. And I didn't tell you this part either, but the one that's the hippie quilt, the great big one.
Yeah.
I never touched that quilt that I did not have your bracelet on.
Aw, I
The
love you,
whole
Patricia.
time. I did.
I just love
so
you.
that way you could be there the whole time. Sort of.
Yeah. We gotta stop talking about it because tears are rolling down my face. Okay, let's change the subject. I don't even have my tissue. My tissue's in
shirt sleeve.
right.
Shirt sleeve always works.
Kendra, thank you so much. Happy Tuesday to you as well. And she says your yarn room looks fabulous, Dee.
We can go shopping.
Screaming goat. And then I also
can't help it. He's getting castrated.
Yeah.
He's getting castrated. You got to give the guy some slack, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm thinking. He's saying, oh no.
Thank you so much, Sally. Aw. Mimi Tammy says, Patricia, I'm giving you huge air hugs.
Oh. Well, actually, I'm glad you can't see the stitches because they're not that great. I'm not really happy with them at all, but I'm happy that she's happy with it.
Yeah.
So, and you can use
Mark's got you on the TV and he seen I need tissue, so he brought a tissue box.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I gotta blow my nose.
Marianne, Mama went.
The one bad thing about this new camera is you can see everything. Like I can't duck out of the way and blow my nose. It shows too much of the room.
That's when you tap the screen and turn the camera off for a split second where we can still hear you, but well, it's live. You can't pause it. There's no pause.
Put your hand over the phone or the camera or something.
Passamaquoddy. Hi, Cindy. Hi.
She won a giveaway the other day on my channel. I was so happy to see her. Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah.
Well, welcome in, Cindy. How's your new puppy dog?
Yeah, like I said, normally I have, makes and stuff, and I've literally been on a ladder for the whole week. So, but
oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so I don't have anything planned to talk about, but at least I got this done, and now I can move forward. I want to get my tutorial done on my summer top. I'm doing a tutorial on that. Mm-hmm. So, and I didn't bring my paperwork. Like I said, I haven't done my desk. I was going to say Crystal's on with me on the 31st. So, come over and check us out. Let's see. We got a members live on Thursday and then big box on Saturday. So, and the members live, right after the members live, I'm going on with GanniJo. I'm flipping over and going right to her channel. So we're all going to do a D rate, including D, So busy week, busy.
I'm glad Zorro is doing good.
Welcome, Katie, no way. Ozzy Osbourne passed away. No.
Wow.
I thought he already did.
No, he's been sick, but I didn't know. Oh, that sucks so bad, man. I love Ozzy.
Yep.
Man,
I just looked it up online.
You really did?
Yep. From a place, The Independent, Ozzy Osbourne death. Legendary singer dies aged 76, just weeks after farewell something another.
Yeah,
Yes,
he did a farewell tour or something. I don't know. But I know he's been bedridden. So how did he do a farewell? I don't understand all that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
multiple places. The Sun, Mass Live, Newsweek, New York Post, they're all reporting it. So yeah. Oh,
so it's legit. Well, rest in peace, Ozzy, man. You were a lot of my growing up. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Hey, Adele.
Welcome in, Rainy. And welcome in, Katie.
Yeah, exactly. Storm Radio. What's Storm Radio's name?
Barry.
Barry. I'll get it. I promise. It's the brain. Anyways, Barry. Yeah, that is a stab in the musical heart, isn't it? Oh, Ozfest. I've been to Ozfest too. I cannot believe that's sad. He sat in his throne chair and sung. Oh, that's how he did it.
5 years, so it's.
You can remember.
I used to have a cheat sheet.
Yeah, well.
Did you hear that, Crystal? He sat in his throne chair to sing on his farewell tour. He sat in that throne chair. Oh man.
They pushed him in a wheelchair onto the stage.
Malcolm Jamal Warner too.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. He passed away as well. Look him up, Crystal. Who is that? My granddaughter's boyfriend's name is Jamal.
Oh, he played on Cosby Show as one of the sons.
Oh my gosh, one of the sons from the Cosby. Oh,
Theo. He played Theo.
Theo, yes. Oh man.
Dies at age 54 in Costa Rica. Supposedly,
I was just gonna say he's not that old. What happened?
From what I saw, I think he drowned.
Drowned?
Malcolm Jamal Warner, Cosby Show actor, dies at 54 in Costa Rica, drowning.
Oh,
20 hours ago, that was posted on AP News. 23 hours ago, the New York Times.
Oh, wow. Rest in peace. Oh, the tide took him?
It was on Sunday on the 20th. How sad.
Oh, that's so, man, that is a horrible way to die for sure. Man, oh man, that's terrible. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I never missed the Cosby Show. Never. I always watched it all the time. And Ozzy, I mean, he was a part of growing up for me, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
I even watched that show. I mean,
the Cosby Show?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it like all the time.
Well, you're young though, too. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Hola, Ashley.
Oh, okay. Welcome in, Ashley.
Yeah, he just did a farewell one-night show, Ozzy. Wow. Yeah, that's sad. Well, bless his heart. I've known he's been sick and, you know, pretty much bedridden here for a while. So the fact that he even, you know, had the stamina to be able to do the one-night show in the, you know, chair and all that is amazing. I mean, that shows dedication right there. That's, you know, a man dedicated to his fans. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Parkinson? Is that what Ozzy had? Parkinson's? Parkinson's? What?
I thought he had more than that. It wasn't just Parkinson's. I thought there was more to it. Wow, that's a bummer.
Barry's saying yes. Hi, Demetra. Welcome in.
Hello, Demetra. Also, was award show and singing with Post Malone too. Wow.
Tammy says, Ashley, I was gonna say no habla español. I know a little because I used to work at a mushroom plant where I would pick the mushrooms, and I ended up having to learn Spanish to even work there because that's what the majority of the employees were. And so I had to learn colors and certain words to be able to do what I
to function in your job. Yeah.
So I know a little bit.
Yeah, I have Hispanic relatives, and my best friends growing up, and whatever. So I've been around Hispanic people my whole life.
Yeah. He was not kind to his body in younger years, Barry says.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, when you grow up in the 60s, 70s, and even 80s, there's a lot of stuff out there that, if you were a cool kid, you did this stuff, or if you were partying, this is what you did. And yeah, that stuff takes its toll on everyone. That's for doggone sure. I mean, how many, singers, songwriters, performers have passed away due to that crap? You know what I'm saying? And it's only gotten worse. The stuff, they got fentanyl, all that stuff. I mean, it's just horrible. And I'm just glad, knock on wood, praise the Lord, that my grandkids aren't into that kind of stuff. They're into sports and, art and things like that. And they stay away from that stuff. So I'm just praising God for that because, man, there's some wicked stuff out there. Hi, Kimberly.
Welcome in, Kimberly.
You only know what you learned on Sesame Street, Sally Stevens.
That's what I was laughing at a second ago. I read that. I'm like, man, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I took French in 9th grade, and for a half a semester, which was like August to December. And then I ended up like being homeschooled for like January to the other part until the school let out. And I barely remember any French. I remember a couple of phrases. That's about it. But I remember one phrase because I loved going to the movies. J'aime aller au cinéma. And that means I love to go to the movies.
And that's all you remember?
Well, and then I can count 1 to 20 if I sing it in a song, because that's how she taught us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like, but
yeah,
she taught us in songs, so it would stick in our head. And so I know how to count 1 to 20, and then I can say bonjour. Ça va means like, how are you? What's up? What's good? Kind of like that. Ça va bien? What's good? Kind of thing.
I know a little bit of French, a lot more Spanish. Yeah. I know, quite a bit of sign language because my daughter, and I know a little bit of Ojibwa, Native American speech, and let's see, what else do I know? A little bit of German, just a wee bit. I know a little bit because why? I don't even know how I learned German. It was when I was a kid. I don't even know it. Maybe I got a German relative in there somewhere. I don't know. We were mostly native and Irish, so. But then, like I said, you get married and like, I've got, my family is multiracial, multi-ethnicity, multi-religion. I mean, you name it, it's there. That's why I always say, I accept everybody, man. I got family from everywhere. So,
Yeah. And I remember Je m'appelle Cristal, and then au revoir. That means goodbye. And bonne nuit is good night. So that's about the extent of and parlez-vous English or something like that is, do you speak English? So I even if I was able to go to France, I don't know if I knew enough anymore to.
I was just going to say, I'm going to give you a little tip. You might not want to go to France until you brush up a little.
Yeah. Well, I would have to take a boat anyway because I don't like planes. So.
Oh, I like them both.
Hi, Mama G.
Hi, G.
Yes, Mimi Tammy. My neighbor Violetta, she has told me that many times that they have their own slang.
Oh yeah, so does everybody.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know what I'm saying? We all do. We all have our own slang. Oh man. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what to talk about. Like I've been up and down the ladder all week. It's like usually I got something to talk about. But not today. You guys got any questions for me? I could answer questions or something. I don't know. I'm getting this yarn room together.
What are y'all working on? Let us know.
Yeah, what are you guys working on that we're slacking in? We're slacking at the moment.
Let's what you're working on, what yarn you're using, if you're liking the project, if you're not.
Yeah. D, your room looks fabulous. Thanks, G. I've been busting butt all week, man. I have been busting butt, but now I can find everything I need. I don't have to dig around and whatever.
Hi, Dawn Lavelle and Diane Major.
Working on a round shawl cardigan. Oh, cool. Dragon Cat's working on a sweater. My parents took us back to we stayed all down. I was reading Mimi Tammy's comment about vacations as a kid. And Dee, do you have enough bins for your yarn? It looks amazing. What I did as I was going through my yarn is I had a bunch of totes that I sat on the floor. And I was putting yarn in totes as well, but those totes are from my giveaways. So as I went through this entire room, I've got 9 totes of yarn full for giveaways. So yeah, I got room now. Now I do. But yeah, I've got 9 totes of yarn that I can use for giveaways, which is super cool. I can just go in there and,
Sally's working on a cotton bowl cozy.
Yeah, Diane Major, that's what we were just talking about, that Ozzy passed away. Unreal, man. Yeah.
Mama G is finishing up her hoodie mandala sweater. Flower Tammy is working on a summer top and a sweater. Margie just finished my chat jumped. Michi's blushing teal shawl. Vicky is working on a shawl using mandala yarn. Kimberly's working on a cardigan with I Love This Yarn.
Yeah, I'm working on that mosaic blanket. You guys all know that. I'm working on the summer top, the cotton, made out of cotton. That's going to be my tutorial. I'm also working on the parasol, which I'm going to do a tutorial on how to put it together, but not necessarily how to make, the outside of it, because it's basically a doily. And so I'm just going to explain to you how to make that doily work for a parasol, and also how to connect it and all that kind of stuff. So that's coming in the future, because I'm doing a very intricate parasol, because long story short, I bought too big of a frame, too big of an umbrella. It's a 2-person umbrella. This thing is gigantic. And I'm like, oh my God. But I'm going to do it anyway. That way, when me and Mark go to festivals or whatever, we got shade, you know. So I'm going to do it anyway, but it's going to take me a lot longer than I anticipated. Plus, I'm doing a very intricate pattern. And of course, I don't have it on my desk. Normally, I have something to refer to. But I'm doing a tutorial off of YouTube, but it's very intricate, which I'll get into when I do that. But so this one's got the parasol's going to take me a while, but once I get it done, then you guys will see the concept of how to turn a doily into a parasol or umbrella. So that's coming in the future. But right now, I'm gonna, as soon as I finish my desk, I'm going to do a video of this, and then I'm going to start working on my tutorial again for the summertime. So that's what I've got going on.
Rainy is working on 100 Days of Halloween 2025 blanket, searching for blocks. It starts tomorrow. That sounds pretty cool.
I started a Halloween blanket last year. I want to say it was mosaic, but it's not. It's, what is that called, Crystal, when it's like, say you got a pumpkin, okay? And the pumpkin is orange, and then you're doing different colors around it. Is that like a Grafgan or
Well, a
what is that
Grafgan
called?
is like usually kind of like how you do a certain amount of stitches in this color, then you change colors and do this many stitches and that, and then every time you change colors, it forms like a picture.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
so it
so
is
it's a
Grafgan.
Grafgan.
Yeah, it's a Grafgan, and I got about this far in and got totally confused because I was following a pattern, and I've never done a Grafgan, so that was not a good idea. It's sitting over in my whips bin, which, by the way, while cleaning this room, I found so many whips that were stuffed around the corner in the closet. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna have to finish some of those. So I got to get some of these whips done. But that Grafgan, I bought the pattern and everything, sat down, I got this far into it, and as soon as it started turning into pumpkins or whatever, because it's a Halloween blanket, I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I need a tutorial, man. It's just like the cottage core. Did you ever see the cottage core, Crystal?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that blanket so bad. I bought the pattern and everything, and I'm scared of it. I'm scared of it. I look at it, I go, no, I don't know if I could do that one, man. I just don't know. July 5th is the beginning of Halloween season. It's spooky time.
Wow.
Oh, pineapple pattern for the parasol. Yes, I've seen a lot of parasols done with the pineapple stitch, and it looks really pretty. This one that I'm doing, like I said, I don't have any of my paperwork or anything around me to be able to look at it. I know the name of the YouTube channel is Journey See Something. That's all I can tell you. And it's called I believe it's called the Mandala. Mandala Large Doily, I think is what it's called. It's very intricate. Stitches I've never done before, which was kind of surprising because I've done a lot of stitches, but like the different ways she goes about them are very different. And yeah, it's a big umbrella, so umbrella frame, so it's going to be a while for that's done. Hi, Terry Crafty. I don't know. I didn't see the beginning of the chat. So, you know, if you've been here, I apologize. I just seen that you're here.
Passamaquoddy says,
Arrow.
I'm working on a blanket, single stitch in front loop and half double in back stitch, and a Clint Eastwood poncho in half double stitch so that it's thick.
Yeah, you know, you said that the other night in my live, Passamaquoddy, and I had done, Crystal at Bag O'Day has a pattern, and it's called Men's Poncho, and her husband's standing there, and I think it's brown is what I'm remembering. And I did that poncho in rainbow for myself, and I love that pattern. And it's a Clint Eastwood style, the square, you know, the thick yarn, you know. That's a really cool poncho too. I would like to see the pattern you're going to use when you do your video. I would like to see the pattern that you're going to use, Dee. Are you talking about for the parasol? Is that what you're talking about, Dina? It was Journey See Something was the name of the channel. I have none of my paperwork, nothing. Sorry. I'm brain don't work, and if I don't write notes, I have no idea. It's in the other room, but Journey sees something, and it's the large or giant, she says large, giant, huge, something like that, mandala doily. And oh yeah, that poncho from Crystal's very nice. But anyways, that's the name of the parasol tutorial that I'm using to make the doily, but I'm going to have to double, triple, quadruple it, So it's going to be a minute. It's a lot of work. Holy cow.
Welcome, Dawn Laval, to the Yarny Cat Club. Thank you so much.
Dee cleaned the room. Now she can't find anything. It's the exact opposite. I just don't have nothing on my desk because Mark was hooking up my new computer, so it has like a wider screen and all that stuff. And so my new computer's hooked up, and this is the first live with it, and it's working good. So I'm very happy. No feedback and all that. It's super cool. And I don't have to wear the things, it's got Bluetooth. So I got my little earbuds in and pretty happy about that. But I got to put all my stuff back on my desk so I can refer to my notes. Because the brain don't work. I have literal stacks of notes that sit here so I can refer back. And then in the kitchen where I crochet, I sit at the table, I have like me and Mama G say all the time, we should buy stock in Post-it notes. I mean, no joke, like literally. Hello, Michelle Plays Hooky.
Welcome in, Chuck.
Thanks, Michelle. That's what I was just talking about, working on this, but I'll get the desk done and then I'll be able to film the video to show you guys everything.
Ashley Lester is working on a bolero / long sleeve crop top.
Well, I took the hippie van out of here, the VW bus. I took it out of here because I'm going to paint it. And that's going to take a minute too. And then I also took that other mannequin that was standing right here. I took it out because the thing falls over all the time. So I told Mark to fix it. Now, whether I bring it back in here, I don't know. I may just use it for pictures, that kind of thing. But I took a lot of the large things, like that big basket that was right there that had all my scrap yarn in it. That's no longer there. So I took a lot of the big stuff out of here. And that's what's making the room look so big. I don't have my rug, my hand-woven rug on the floor. All that stuff isn't in here. So now it looks completely different.
Welcome in, Terry.
Oh, Mama G says her rooster Justice crows every morning now. So he's doing his job.
Welcome in, Michelle.
Bell's heading into the doctor. I love you too, Dawn. Have a good doctor's visit. Positive outcomes.
Yes, hope you have a good doctor visit.
Well, let's sparkle yarn up to your camera so I can see what it looks like again.
Same
Okay,
here,
Mark wants me to, sorry, I brought my phone in. Mark wants me to hold this up so we can look how it looks in the other room because it's, go. I don't want to sit here and hold it all day. Jeez. Sorry, he interrupts us right in the middle of a conversation. He wants to see if this shows up the right colors and all that.
Mama G, we had a rooster that would crow even at night. That's why we had to get rid of them.
Oh, boy.
They would crow in the middle of the night. It was a brown leghorn rooster. And he would crow at night. He'd crow in the morning. He'd crow all day long. So he had to go.
Okay. Is that good, Mark? Okay, can I put it down? We're testing out cameras. I'm sorry, guys. He's like, hold it up. He's running from room to room. Hold it up. Let me see. Yeah, you can see the sparkle and everything on here. Can you see it, Crystal? This is rainbow, so it should be all the colors. Can you tell?
Let me pull it up on my. Not too much from back there, but
Yeah, the sparkle shows up a lot better.
maybe on the TV he can see it sparkling, but oh, there I can on my computer now. When you held it up like that, yes, I can see the sparkle there.
Okay. Yeah, this new computer system is very nice. We got it during Prime days. Couldn't really afford it, but I needed a new computer and camera because the other ones were dying. And you can see the sparkle and everything. Okay, yeah, because from my view, I can, always see it. And can you tell the difference in colors and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be much better for like the dib sales and stuff like that. And when I'm showing projects, everybody will be able to see. Cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, this is a completely new setup. Like the monitor, the camera, everything is different. So I'm just trying to get used to it. Sorry. Definitely shows colors better. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, if I would have got on here earlier with Crystal, I was gonna like, okay, Crystal, how's this? Does this look good? I can hear you. You can hear me. We don't have echo. I mean, it was kind of like a last minute. Oh my God, I guess I should use my new stuff. So. Here's the bad thing about being able to see that's half of my yarn room, right? The bad thing about being able to see half my yarn room is now I can't hide the mess. I'm going to have to stay organized. Otherwise, it'll be just a disaster in the back. I can't hide my mess. The sound is great and the picture. Okay, cool. Thanks, Melanie. Awesome. Yep, I'm glad. I was nervous about getting a new computer, because I'm not tech savvy, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. I can see it coming. This is going to be horrible, And, it's going to make me push a bunch of buttons and do stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to get frustrated. I just know it, and this was like boom, boom, boom. It was here. I was like, wow, this is cool. While I try to find glasses. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Thursday is the members live, right? And then GanniJo. What is the date today? The 22nd. Yes, because the big box night is the 26th. Yeah. Yep. And then after big box night, Crystal will be on with me on the 31st, chilling in the yarn room. So that's what's left for the rest of the month. I got to make up next month's lives and stuff. Ozzy was 76. I know, man.
Yep, and Bridget is on with me on Friday. And then this coming Tuesday is my last live of the month, and I'm going to have a guest on that live, and it's going to be Alicia Young 40 Mom.
Alicia, yeah, I knew that she was coming around. Yeah, that's cool.
She used to be on my channel, I think about maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. She was on monthly with me.
Yeah, I remember.
She ended up taking a hiatus on YouTube, and I'm happy to have her back as a guest.
Yeah, that's super cool. Here's something crazy. My short video with Gus and the deer hit over 23,000 views. Holy Toledo.
Wow. That is insane.
That's crazy, G.
Bye, Marianne. Have a good day.
And that's just like that video that I put up about the worst yarn I've ever tried this year and got so much backlash about that and all that. I was just saying, this is the worst one I've tried all year. This is horrible. I don't like it. It's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, you know, oh man, did I get the backlash? That, oh my gosh, nightmare. But that video had 8K views in 24 hours. It went viral.
Wow.
In less than 24 hours, it went viral. I don't even know, you know. Yeah. On that video. I mean, it wasn't just a short, it was an entire video. I was like, wow. But, you know, I guess people were, you know, wanting to know, you know, what yarn was bad. You know what I'm saying? And and to be honest, I still have some of that yarn. And it seems to me that only certain colors were like that.
Yeah.
If you touch the other colors, they are soft and they're okay. Like the black was stiff and it like tore up my fingers and it's crazy.
You know, and with fiber that I've spun, I have noticed like when I buy black fiber, since black is not a natural color, you have to literally make it, that it does something to the fiber. And I've noticed it.
Now, why isn't black a natural color? There's natural black animals. Why isn't black a natural color in fiber?
I mean, dye, like dye, the dye.
Oh, okay.
When you dye, you know, like when you're making black dye to dye on your yarn, it's hard to get it black. So
Yeah,
when you're getting it black as this, you know, I think it does something to the fiber.
Oh,
And
okay.
it doesn't
So it's
ruin
like,
it or anything like that. But I have noticed that the fiber that I buy that is black sheds more. And it seems to, what is the right word? To kind of, it not breaks easier, but kind of like, it just acts different than the rest of the colors that I get. So
okay. Yeah. Well, that does make sense because, yeah, dyeing black and getting it to stay, like, for instance, if you want to do a multicolored in your dyeing, black almost every single time will run, you know, and then it darkens the other colors and stuff. It's a hard one to keep in, you know, like say you want one end of it, of the hank black. It's a tough one.
yeah.
I had to be doing it a couple years before I figured out how to do it. You know, it's not easy.
Welcome in, Mel. I will be in touch with you to have you make me a Zorro to go with Baby Girl and Gizmo. All righty. I see another amigurumi dog in my future.
Hello, little Hook. How are you? Little Hook Mel's here.
Hi, Alex. Welcome in.
Hello, everybody. Okay, the time is wrong on my computer. That's weird. Wonder why that is. It says it's 1 minute after 12, and it's 1 minute after 3.
Oh, maybe it didn't get set. The sun's been wearing. Oh, the sun's been wearing you out, even with water. Yeah, you need to just be staying inside, Alex. It's been really, really hot with the heat index. It's over 100, so you need to try to stay inside whenever you can.
I'm doing all right, Mel. More out. I've been redoing this yarn room, so my body hurts. It's not for sissies, I'll tell you. I haven't decided on the next hippy dippy. I was thinking, everybody likes the dream catchers, the crochet dream catchers, you know, not actual dream catchers, but the crochet with the embroidery hoop. And So, I was thinking about doing that. I don't know. I'll ask in the members live and we'll figure out what our next hippy dippy thing is.
Hi, Karen JSP.
It's set for Pacific time. Yeah.
Well, Pacific time is 2 hours behind me, so it'd be 3 hours behind you. So yeah, that's probably Pacific time.
I have no idea how to set it, so oh, here we go. It's updating. There we go. Can you still see me and everything? I didn't mess anything up.
Yeah, I see you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alex says, I kind of question, is it worth being outside at this point? No, it's not. Not with the heat we've been having. Get your butt inside, boy. You're going to end up giving yourself a heat stroke. Don't do that. Go get, if you're not inside, go inside, get you a wet rag and put it on your neck.
I was just telling Mark, because I'm Native American and I tan really good. I don't burn. I'm a redhead that doesn't burn. I know, unusual. And I don't freckle and I don't burn. It's just weird. I know. But anyways, I told Mark, I said, I need to get out in the sun. I am so pale this year. I'm like so pale. I'm not used to being this pale. I've got to get out in the sun and work some more out in the yard, get some of that vitamin D,
Yeah. My arms have gotten really dark being outside, weed eating and all that kind of stuff. And I wear shorts. And I have from where my shorts above my knee to my ankle are darker than my feet and under my shorts. And I'm just like, I look like I have a tan just on part of my leg.
I know that's like my brother, he's a biker. So he wears those bandana things that tie in the back. I don't know what they're called, like a welder's cap kind of, but it ties in the back and he wears them all the time. And then if he's riding his bike or whatever, he's got sunglasses on and that, whatever. And then he'll come in and take that off, and it's like the top of his head's white, around his eyes white, the rest of him's dark. It's so funny. Oh, you get burns and you're Native and Irish, Mimi? Yeah, I don't burn. I could be out in the sun forever and I don't burn. And it's so funny because most people that are redhead, that's the first thing that happens. They get freckles and burn. But the Native side of me kind of took over that part. Another thing that's really weird is I don't get bit by mosquitoes at all. Like bugs don't bother me. And just recently, now this is my entire life. I have stayed in teepees out in the forest. I have been hunters. You know what I'm saying? I've been out in nature my whole life. Never been bit by a mosquito. The other day, I got a mosquito bite for the first time in my life on my thumb. I said something's switching up in my body because no bug has ever bitten me except for spiders. Those ones. Yeah, they bite me. But other than that, I've never had a mosquito bite in my life, and I got one on my thumb the other day. It's weird.
Yeah, they will.
I see why you guys hate them.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wanted to itch the skin off my thumb.
Mosquitoes love me, and I have to put mosquito spray on every time I go outside if I want them to leave me alone. Otherwise, I get bit 3 to 4 times on each leg.
Yeah, I am 62 years old and I got my first mosquito bite the other day and I've spent my whole life out in nature. So explain that one to me. I don't know. Something's switching up in my body or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate it though. Cause man, I never understood what you guys meant about, God, mosquito bites, I got this one on my thumb. I wanting to peel the skin off my thumb. It itched so bad. I had to take my ring off, and oh my gosh, they suck. I never had one before. Yeah, Mark was laughing at me, because usually he's swatting them and whatever, And they don't, I always tease them and go, ha ha, you know, they love your blood. You know, I'm always tease them. Now I got bit, so I got to shut up about that.
Rainy says, I'm 95% English from England. I get a sunburn just peeking out into the sun.
Yeah. And like I said, that's how most redheads are. They burn all up, you know. I just thank God I don't, you know, I tan up, but I hardly ever go outside right now. Like I've been in the house this whole summer pretty much. I've been out a little bit, you know, family parties and whatnot, but haven't been outside much. And I've been doing a little bit of yard work, but I usually wait till evening, you know, because it was so hot out. I'd wait till evening to go out and do yard work, which, by the way, is coming along really good, too. We're getting ready to have our wedding reception, you know, because we've never had one. And so we want to have a big bonfire, and we got some friends that we have a lot. Between me and Mark, we know lots of bands. So we're going to have a band, and we're going to have a big bonfire going and have a big party. And so we've been getting all the yard work done and, you know, weeding the flower beds, putting new mulch in. And he painted our front porch or stained the wood, you know, our front porch. And, you know, we have a metal roof. So he's up there blowing the metal roof off, and we're power washing the house. I mean, like a lot of outside work. But because it's been so hot, we've been doing it in the evening.
Rainy says, my blood type is Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Is Jelly Roll stopping by? I would love him to. I should ask my son if I could get him to come and sing. That would be wonderful. It would really depend on whether he was in the area or not. He moved out to Nashville, so he's not as, you know, around as much. But that'd be cool if I could get my son to do that, or Uncle Cracker or Kenny Chesney. Those are kind of his buddies. And yeah, it'd be cool if I could get those guys. But I know a lot of local bands too, and so does Mark. We grew up with the guys, you know, and stuff. So
well, it says it's 91 here with 55% humidity and feels like 100.
I know, wouldn't it be cool to have all three, Sally? I know, it'd be awesome. You know, and like I know a lot of the old timer bands or the heavy metal bands. Mark doesn't like heavy metal at all. And like I grew up, you know, I went from one genre to the other because there's not a whole lot of music I don't like. I mean, I was into punk for a while. I was into heavy metal. I was into, you know, I've always been into country. I've always been into rock, now classic rock. You know, I mean, I even like big band music. I love jazz. One of my favorite kinds of music is the blues. The blues will just chill me right out. Like if I'm having a super anxious day and I put on the blues, like B.B. King was my favorite. I had tickets to go see him in Chicago when he went into the hospital and ultimately passed. I was so bummed. I was finally going to get to see B.B. King, and he passed away. But anyways, I was John Lee Hooker and I were real good friends, if you guys know who John Lee Hooker is. And he was the one that sang the song, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Well, I worked with his granddaughter, and I got to know him when he was, you know, older years. I got to know him. And so, you know, I really like the blues and that kind of stuff. And yeah. So I like all different kinds of music, but Mark doesn't like heavy metal. He doesn't like rap. He doesn't like orchestra music. He doesn't like opera. He doesn't like, and I like, you know, little, I mean, I can't say I love it all, but I like little spits of this and that, you know, mixed in, you know. So.
Thank you, Mel.
You should watch the movie Spinners. Chuck saying you should.
Sinners.
Oh, Sinners. What's that about, Chuck?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, me too, Rainy. I love most music. Oh my gosh, Mimi. Dee, my dad met B.B. King in the men's room and LaGuardia Airport in New York. Oh my gosh, I adored that man. I absolutely adored him. I had tickets to go see him, and he was supposed to perform in Chicago, and then that's when he got sick. But yeah, I used to be into the punk scene, goth music. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it all. But I always go back to my, country and rock. I always go back to that. But, I've been in all different kinds.
I like country. I like rock.
I know you do, but you don't like.
I like classical.
Well, but you don't like heavy metal and punk rock and rap. That's the ones I was talking about. He come in here to correct me. But yeah, he doesn't like that kind of music, and I do. Like my brother, when he was working at my son's, my brother, is a head of maintenance over there, and he does all this stuff. And my brother would have in the big building, he'd have heavy metal. When I say heavy metal, I'm talking heavy metal, like King, Motorhead. You guys get what I'm saying. Heavy metal, like, yeah. And my brother would have that playing. Mark's like, oh my God, I got to wear earplugs. I can't take it. Because my brother's listen to heavy metal. But my brother
my brother listens to is the kind that's screaming. You can't understand what they're saying, but they're saying stuff. And I'm like, turn that crap down or put your
that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. I'd be out there screaming with them.
I will not tolerate. I don't like country. I grew up on country. I like maybe country from the 70s, 80s, 90s eras, but not today's country. And I don't like blues, but I do like classical. I like 80s. I like 40s, 50s, 60s, and alternative. It's more alternative rock than heavy metal is what I like. Like
I was into headbanging mosh pits. I mean, I was all about that. So, and then I went through my punk days, and there used to be this place in Detroit. It was in the basement of this big giant building. You probably wouldn't even know it was there. And it was a punk bar, and they would have like punk rock, and everything was Halloween-y looking, and people were dressed goth and that kind of stuff. I used to go there every once in a while, and that was fun. To me, it was like dressing up for Halloween, like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to dress up for Halloween and go listen to punk rock, I just like to try different things. I spent my whole life doing that, It's like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let's go check that out. How we got to dress? How we got to dress for this,
Never heard of Sleep Token. Yeah, kind of. We do sound kind of the same, Dina. I do like Metallica, and I like some stuff by Korn, but not everything. There's only certain songs.
I love Metallica, but to me, I'm going to be controversial here. Back in the day, Metallica was good headbanging music. Yeah. When they went more commercial, they kind of like mellowed out. It's not so much heavy metal. It's just like rock to me now. Yeah. Back in the day, before they like commercialized everything, they were a good band to go bang your head and all that kind of stuff. But then they went commercial, and it started with Sandman. When they did the song Sandman, which is one of my favorites, but
mine too.
When they did Sandman is when they kind of went commercial and mellowed, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do to make money. You know what I'm saying? That made more money for them. But prior to that, they were more of a headbanging heavy metal music. And the only reason I got into heavy metal music is because my brother was a roadie. My brother roadied for Motorhead and Metallica and King Diamond and all them guys. And let me tell you something about that King Diamond. That guy is for real. He's a scary individual. Don't like his vibe. Freaks me out. Ooh, yeah, I know.
I like a lot of their older stuff, but I haven't heard them in years. The last album I remember listening to was S&M.
Yeah. And that's like, what's funny is a lot of stuff is put out there for, it's just stage. Like Alice Cooper, Vincent. I actually know him. And in reality, he listens to classical music and he's a real mellow dude and whatever, but he gets on stage and it's all blah, and the crazy Halloweeny stuff and all that kind of stuff. But in reality, he's like a really mellow dude. His dad's a preacher, his wife's dad's a preacher. I mean, Alice Cooper is like a really cool dude, but when he get on stage, it was all Halloweeny and hard rock and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of things are done just to get you out there, to get your name out there and draw people in and all that kind of stuff. It isn't necessarily how they are in their personal life, It's kind of different. But yeah, Vincent is a really nice guy. I haven't seen him in many years now, but I'm kind of out of that loop. And Kid Rock, I haven't seen him in a long time. Oh, Alice Cooper's a great guy. Like I said, his name's Vincent. He's very, very nice man. Like I said, real laid back and mellow and whatever. Very cool to hang out with. Nice guy.
One of my favorite bands, other than Breaking Benjamin, that it was a group called Trapped.
What is it?
Trapped.
That rings a bell, but I don't know.
They had this one song, and when I first heard it, it was an instant favorite. It was called Headstrong. And I think they came out in early 2000s, I want to say. And I think their first 2 albums, and then I just I forgot them. But then because I started listening to other stuff, and I also like 3 Days Grace, Stained, Cold. I only know a couple of their songs. Disturbed. I do like Disturbed.
Yeah.
But my usual go-to group is always Breaking Benjamin. They are my by far favorite of any group in this world. They are my
I seen them at a music festival, I want to say. I've seen them at a music festival where there's multiple bands.
Mm-hmm. They're on tour. They're actually going to be in Texas, or they were in Texas. I don't remember. This year. Shinedown, yeah, that's another good group.
Oh, I love Shinedown. Yep, I like Shinedown too. I'm real good friends with the singer from Clutch. Do you guys know Clutch? It's kind of heavy.
No.
You guys don't know? Okay. Well, anyways, me and Dave are real good friends. Well, I haven't seen him in years either. Like I said, I've been kind of out of the loop, but they one day after the concert, in the lower level of the building, they were having an after party. Okay. And so we're down there and everybody's drinking, whatever, and we're having an after party. And Green Day came walking in. I almost fell off my chair. Now, I didn't get to hang out with them because they were busy talking, but I did go up and introduce myself. So I actually met Green Day, if you guys know who that is. But I'm not friends with them and I didn't hang out with them or nothing, but they actually came to that party for that Clutch Dave was having the after party.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I've met a lot of famous people over the years, and they ain't no different than us.
No, yeah.
They really are. People always get all starstruck, and I can honestly say the only time I was starstruck, I would say would be James Taylor. That man has gotten me through so much you don't even know. James Taylor, I went to a concert and I was just a few rows back, and he was sitting on a stool playing the guitar, real mellow music, whatever. And I sat there through the whole concert crying because I was that close to James Taylor. I've never really been starstruck before, but that man touches my heart. And And of course, if I was to meet Steven Tyler, which I was at the same place he was at, but I got blocked in by a semi truck in the camper I was in, and I couldn't get out there and meet. It was a long story, but I was writing down the songs for this band to play on stage. And long story short, I didn't get to meet Steven Tyler, you know, my pretend husband. I didn't get to meet him. I could see him out the window, but I couldn't go out there because the semi truck blocked me in. So, and I think I would be starstruck there. So those are the only two. And I know James Taylor sounds oddball, but to me, that man's got me through a lot of really hard times in my life. And I think I would be starstruck if I ever actually got to meet him.
Read what Noelle just said.
What? You'd be starstruck to meet either of you in person?
Aw.
What is that?
I think she means she'd be starstruck if she met either of us.
Us?
Yes.
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
that's what she means.
No, well, man, we'd hang out. We're just people chilling in the yarn rooms. You know what I'm saying? We'd hang out. We'd have a good time.
Yeah.
Left stage and picked me up. It was pouring rain. Tommy Lee left stage and picked me up. How cool is that?
Wow, maybe Tammy.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, Green Day was really cool back in the day, and I was, you know, so excited to meet them, but there was so much going on. There was a big party, and there was so much going on, and they were over there talking in a big group, and, you know, basically all I got to do is introduce myself, and it was nice to meet them, you know. So I didn't get to, like, hang out with them, you know. One person, Iggy Pop, that's another one. Yeah. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. You know, those substances we were talking about earlier, that man needs to stay away from the substances. That's all I'm going to say. Whoa. That one's a complete whack job.
Yeah. Hi, Pam Hunter. Welcome in. Maybe Tammy says, wait, picked me up into his arms, and I did not become a Band-Aid.
That's cool. Iggy Pop song Candy. Yeah, Iggy Pop's a bit much. Like me and my girlfriend were sitting at this table, and he just figured because he was famous, you know, we were just going to, oh, ooh and ah, you know. And he comes over and he's hitting on us and stuff. And I'm like, this guy's grossing me out. And my girlfriend goes, is that Iggy Pop? And I go, yeah. I go, he's a trip. Stay away from him. He keeps coming over and sitting down, buying us drinks and sitting down. And I'm like, finally I said, dude, we're not interested. Go find something to do with yourself. And he just couldn't believe, like, how dare I, you know. From that point on, if I run into him anywhere, he would just give me that little smirky side eye, you know. I was like, go somewhere, go find something to do with yourself. It grows. I know that's rude. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have told that story, but he's a weirdo. I didn't want nothing to do with him. I know we're talking about music. Like, we're not even talking about yarn. I'm sorry, guys. I had nothing planned to talk about this time. I apologize for that.
Well, we are almost at an hour and 20 minutes, so let's go ahead and get the entry giveaway set up. Pam Hunter, since you're just coming in, think of a keyword, but don't say it yet.
Okay. It's your job, Pam.
I've been pulling a GanniJo and picking people out of the chat to give me the keyword.
I'm going to start doing that because I ask Mark all the time and he'll say something like, or he won't pick something, you know, because he's busy. Well, he's busy, you know, in his defense. He's busy writing down stuff and whatever. And I go, pick a word. And I go, I don't know, you know. So I think I'm going to start doing that too. The
problem's trying to figure out a word that has not been said yet that won't get picked up. And I'm like,
yeah, that is
looking around my surroundings trying to figure out a word.
Yeah.
Hi, GanniJo. Just mentioned you.
Michelle Romano. We were at a George Thorogood concert, and my friend lifted her shirt at him, so he threw her his picture. GanniJo, we were just talking about you. Good things, of course.
Yeah, I just mentioned I was gonna pull a GanniJo, and I started picking people out of the chat, like what you do. So
yeah, Pam
alrighty,
has a
Pam,
word.
I'll let you know as soon as I have a StreamYard ready to go, and then you can let me know. Taking its sweet time loading.
I need to repaint my nails. What?
Yes, exactly, Terry.
Trying to focus. Your focus period 5 minutes starts now. What? What are you talking about here?
Terry says Crystal will tell you her lives are about anything. So we just kind of go wherever the chat takes us.
Yeah, go with the flow.
Hi, KimG. Yeah. Glad you can make it. Alrighty.
Hello, Kim.
Yeah, let's doing this thing where it takes a second.
I should have cleaned my glasses before I came on here. I got a spot I can see every time I turn my head and it glows. It's very distracting.
Thank you, GanniJo. Warning, screaming goat.
He's getting castrated. You know I'm going to say that from now on.
Well, that's what Momo thinks.
I know.
All right, Pam Hunter, what is your keyword?
Thank you, Kim. Worse when you have glowing spots and not from glasses. I bet, Diane. I bet. But yeah, I got glowing spots on my glasses. I should have cleaned it before I come in here. So, and that light is like right there shining on my glasses. So maybe I should turn it a little bit. It wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, that's a little better. Can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Mimi Tammy says, I was thinking castration too. Yeah. Yep, that's what sounds like. Poor goat. He's losing it. Everything looks okay without the light like right on my face because it was really glowing in my glasses bad.
All right. Our keyword is kangaroo.
Kangaroo. That will definitely not be a word that was in the chat. So kangaroo is a good one, Pam. Good choice.
Hi, Summer.
Hi, Summer. Mateo. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Alley
Mateo.
Cat. Hello. It's jumping.
And Beanie, welcome in.
Yeah, I missed. There was a word I was going to have to sound out. And I missed the name. Starts with a P.
Peregrine Falcon.
What's that?
Peregrine Falcon.
Yeah, that one. I was going to say hello, but I couldn't read it. It zoomed.
Yep.
And Karen and Kirsten and Flower Tammy and Karen JSP. Angela Wright.
We're up to 25.
Are you using the random YouTube picker, the StreamYard tool, or the YouTube picker?
The StreamYard giveaway tool.
Okay, let me ask you a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
When you you type in kangaroo, why do we, in the beginning it seemed like it counted everybody, and then now it seems like they got to put it in several times. I'm just hoping that it doesn't go to the Nightbutt way, where you had to put it in 9 million times to be counted. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it could be like so many people are entering it at one time that it
And
takes
then they
once or
hit.
twice before it will catch them, because it's like an overflood of
Yeah, that's what I was
entries that are
thinking.
coming in.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to know is, okay, let's say you have 100 people that said the word kangaroo, and you pick one person. Is that person removed from the next giveaway? Like, and it breaks down to 99, then 98 as you pick winners? Does it do that?
But if they keep re-entering it, they have a chance to get drawn again.
Okay, good to know. That's what I needed. I needed to pick your brain on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because because usually I have a word and I have everybody put it in, and I try not to change it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Great job. Return to focus session. I don't know what you're talking about here.
But after like say you've entered the keyword for 5 minutes and then the giveaway's over, but people are chatting and say you're going to use the same keyword, it will start taking people off because it's too far back in the chat. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So like once the giveaway is over and people start talking again, just normal chatting, then the people way up here will start rolling off from the picker.
Okay, so then what I should do if I'm going to use the same word
Have
throughout,
them re-enter it
have
again.
them put it in again.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Good to know. Thank you.
Sitting at
You always help me
27.
with that stuff.
And I can't use Nightbot giveaway anymore because they've changed the whole like website, and it's like a little skinny box. You can't see anything. No matter how you turn it, I can't even use that.
It isn't like that for me. I use it all the time on my replay giveaways. It isn't like that for me at all.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Nightbot. The giveaway during the live.
Yeah.
I used to use Nightbot.
Yeah.
I can't even see anybody's name, and it gives me a little skinny box about that big that I have enough space to scroll in. It don't give a full page anymore. When they
I don't use Nightbot for giveaways anymore. That was way back, and you would have to put your name in there 100 times. It was not even worth it. I use the YouTube random comment picker for my replays. That's the one I use. I got confused. Yeah.
All right, we're up to 28. We are getting down to the wire. So if you have not yet put kangaroo in, do it now. We're going to draw in about 15 seconds. Lost my pen cap. Can't get it on one-handed. All right, we're up to 30.
What was ticking me off is here I'm on a ladder, right? And I'm arranging and taking down all the yarn from here and putting other yarn up and all that stuff. And I got this little thing that, like a table that sticks out on the top of my ladder. You know what I'm talking about, like a painting ladder where you would set your paint. So I'm using that to gather and whatever. And without fail, I'd be all done. And I'd go to put the last one in and it would fall off the ladder.
Yeah.
Down the ladder, back up the ladder again. It was like making me do this ladder, whether I liked it or not. I couldn't, it was up, down, up, down, up, down. My legs are absolutely killing me. They're swollen and killing me, but it's done. So, but without fail, it would go flying. I was like, man, I got to climb down the ladder again and pick it up and go back up.
Oh, we got to do this quick. My battery saver just came on. All right. So we got 30. Hi, Kristen F. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully it don't die on me.
KimG.
Who's next?
MichelleJ. Sally Stevens. It's at a weird angle.
Yeah. Also.
Noel.
Noel.
Congratulations, Noel. Congratulations, everybody. Mateo.
Yay, we got it before the battery went dead because it is out. Looks like it's out of juice 5%. This thing goes dead so quick, it's not even funny.
Well, I need to use the restroom. I'm sorry. I've sat here as long as I can. I gotta go. I'm doing the pee-pee dance, guys. Dun, 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 dun.
All righty, everyone. Well, thank you all for joining us. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you, Dee, for joining me. And we hope y'all have a wonderful day. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.
Don't forget, Crystal's on with me on the 31st. Come visit us then, too. Goodbye, friends. I gotta go.
Bye, everybody.